Hey, this is Andrew Lim inviting you to go out on the limb. Aloha from Honolulu International Airport. It's pretty empty today, even though there are a lot of spring breakers that are rolling in from the mainland. If you go to Waikiki, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm excited today because, well, I'm not too excited because I have to fly home, and that's the saddest part. I am flying one of the country's longest domestic flight. It's not the longest because the longest title belongs to the flight from Honolulu to Boston, and it's the third longest because the second longest belongs to the flight from Honolulu to JFK. So the JFK flight beats this flight that I'm about to take to Newark by 20-something miles. So it's going to be on a Boeing 767 aircraft refitted with the new Polaris business class seat. So come with me and we'll fly the country's third longest flight to Newark. Folks, before we start, please hit the subscribe button and the notify button for new contents that I upload weekly. Mahalo.
On the other side? Okay, yes, you're on the other side. I'm sorry, Peter. Oh, okay, yeah.
That's my seat.
No, we know. That's exit right there.
Yeah. 3 hours. That's me.
Yeah, I know. He did. Go in there.
He directed us the wrong
Go in
way.
there, Jake. Michael, you have to
Wait,
go
you're
back.
3L?
Yeah.
Mom, we're not 3L. There's 4L.
He's going up that way too, so the two of you are going up that way. Michael, you have 3L, right?
3 hours me actually.
Go in there. He's taking 4D. Go in there. Go in.
That guy saying he has 3L. I have 4L. I'm so sorry.
Sorry. Are you on that side? This is 3 separate. I'm going to sit Wi-Fi.
Can you just let us by? Step in, maybe? Thank you.
All very nice.
Now let's see what kind of amenities you get on this long domestic flight in first class. There is the blanket and a comfortable pillow from Saks Fifth Avenue. No amenity kits are handed out on this flight, however. When it comes to the tray table, I think it's pretty spacious. As you can see, after putting my laptop on it, there's still a lot of space around it. When it comes to resting your feet, there is a cubby hole in the front that you can put your feet up and actually move it from left to right because it's rather spacious. And there are outlets for you to juice up your device and a standard remote control to control your in-flight movie selection. There's also touchscreen. Of course, there is a side reading light and a compartment for you to store your stuff, as well as a side mirror for you to look your best during your flight and before you land. And of course, you have a headset. Unfortunately, it's not a Bose headset, but it's pretty decent. The side panel to control your seats with different functions. If you don't want to use the remote, you can actually do touchscreen as well. But the thing with United, I feel like on this flight, there's actually not a lot of new movies to see. One thing I appreciate about the US Airlines is that it gives you air vents at every seat, allowing you to control your own temperature. Can get pretty hot during boarding. Because of COVID, the meal service is a one-tray service. It's pretty standard. I mean, you have your salads, you have your bread, which the flight attendant was kind enough to remind me to keep it because that was the only meal served during the flight. You have cookies, you have peanuts as well. That's usually before the meal. But what I'm surprised with is this lobster mac and cheese. All in all, this was a great flight. There was barely any turbulence except for the first minute when we ascended, but the service was amazing, especially coming from the flight attendant that serviced my section. I guess the only drama was at boarding with the passenger who thought the world revolved around her, but everything else was good. So I really enjoyed this flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Newark Liberty International Airport. The local time is approximately 16 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock in the morning.